Hey, yo, it's Megamouth, and today I actually have a video game review 3D Tetris for the Virtual Boy. What score does this one deserve? Well, playing these games in modern times, like on the recent re-release on the Nintendo Switch 2, it's certainly a historical blast from the past. I remember playing the Virtual Boy in some retail stores, back in the mid '90s, and I remember, having a good experience at the time. Like I do remember, of course, my eyes really burning bad. I think most people had that experience. But the 3D effect was kind of mind blowing in the mid '90s, and I really thought it was a really neat video game system. But, I will admit, having your back hunched over, the neck problems, the eye problems playing that video game system, it was a little bit much. But, it was very interesting technology, especially looking back on it. Now, of course, for, various reasons, the graphics were incredibly simplistic. Just red and black visuals ran a lot of people off. And there were actually some good video games on the system, some that are still remembered fondly today. And 3D Tetris is certainly not one of those video games. This one was a very odd choice. The entire design for it, that kind of odd isometric, continuously moving, display of the Tetris blocks, is a highly controversial choice and one that I do not think worked at all. Also, in the about an hour that I played this game on this re-release, the controls they were pretty bad as well. Just nothing about this game was intuitive. I did, get some successful clears, you know, in this Tetris video game, but there's certainly much better versions out there. Probably the best one of all time is Tetris 99 on the Nintendo Switch online system. I believe it's still included free for anyone that has a subscription to the service. Um, but this one, it is an interesting historical relic. But I mean, even now, like you can't really see much depth to play this game accurately. It's just it really is a mess. The entire design philosophy. I mean, yes, it is technically Tetris, but it's got to be the worst version of Tetris ever made. Um, to give this one a score, I mean, even if you looked at it, if you bought this game in 1995, it's still going to be a severe disappointment even back then. I mean, the 3D visuals, as simplistic as they are now, they were just such a detriment to this game. The entire design philosophy for it was just terrible. Uh, it even from a 1995 perspective, you can give it at most like a score of like 2.5 out of 5. But from a modern perspective, there's just really nothing good about this one. I mean, maybe if you went and looked through it for like 5 minutes from a historical perspective to see how far video games have come, you might get a decent little bit of enjoyment out of it. But, it's kind of like grasping at straws to try to say anything good at all about this one. From a modern perspective, I just can't recommend it at all. I'll give it essentially my lowest score ever at just a 1 out of 5. 3D Tetris, stay in the past. This is Mega Mouse signing out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.